Let's get to breaking news just coming in. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. has started a wave of airstrikes targeting militants in Iraq and Syria. It is in retaliation for the deadly drone attack that killed 3 American soldiers on Sunday.
Those soldiers' remains were returned today in a dignified transfer. Let's get out to our White House correspondent, Haley Bull. Haley, we're hearing this is the start of what will likely be a series of larger-scale U.S. strikes on Iranian-backed militias.
Good afternoon. This is a significant step, but one that has not been unexpected. The White House has been clear since the attack that killed 3 U.S. service members in Jordan that there would be a U.S. response appropriate for an action that killed 3 Americans. Now, reportedly, the U.S. has started retaliatory strikes against Iranian-backed groups operating in Iraq and Syria, according to the Associated Press and CNN. Now, throughout the week, the administration has dropped hints at what this response could look like. And some of the things they have been clear about is that this would be what they called a tiered approach, something that could also take place in phases or over time. It would be multi-actioned and with a goal to deteriorate these proxy groups' capabilities and send a signal. Throughout the week, the administration has been clear that they put the onus on Iran for backing and supporting these groups, though the president careful to not say whether he held Iran directly responsible. The administration earlier this week putting the blame on the Islamic resistance in Iraq. This is an umbrella group. They accuse them of the planning, resourcing, and facilitating of this. So this is certainly a significant step here. The question now is what this response looks like going forward, what shape and form it takes from here, how long it takes, but it is certainly noteworthy that this strike is coming the same day as the dignified transfer of the remains of those 3 service members killed at Dover Air Force Base, where President Biden, the First Lady, as well as Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin were this afternoon. It also comes this same day that the administration has issued new actions or sanctions against Iranian-backed groups when it comes to some of the military capabilities and the economic side of that. And as the State Department announces that Secretary of State Antony Blinken is preparing to travel to the Middle East next week, his 5th trip to the region there. That is primarily to focus on the efforts to secure a hostage release when we look at what is happening in Gaza, a situation that the administration delineates from the larger tensions taking place in the Middle East. And keep in mind, guys, that earlier in January, we saw the U.S. take a separate retaliatory strike after these Iranian-backed groups continued attacks against U.S. forces and against commercial shipping vessels in the Red Sea. That strike did not seem to deter these groups. So what impact this has is something we will closely watch going forward.
Yeah.